Have you ever felt like there's an unseen force quietly shaping everything you experience? Your thoughts, perceptions, and even actions? What if I told you that ancient texts suggest such a force exists, and that it is manipulated by a group of powerful hidden rulers? These rulers, known as the Archons, are believed to have been controlling humanity for millennia, trapping us in a world where we can never truly realize our potential. These entities are not mere figments of myth, but are mentioned in long-forgotten and suppressed writings, like the Secret Book of John and the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. These texts hint at a secretive manipulation of reality itself. The sense of being trapped in a cycle of limitations, constantly striving yet never breaking free, may actually be the work of these Archons. But according to these ancient teachings, there is a way to break free from their grasp and take back control over your own mind and life. The Secret Book of John, a pivotal Gnostic text from the 2nd century, offers an intriguing account of creation. It begins with a perfect realm of pure light, ruled by a divine, all-knowing mind known as the One. From this supreme consciousness came Aeons, beings of light and wisdom who created all that is good, understanding, love, and wisdom. But like any grand narrative, something went wrong. The birth of the Archons. Sophia, one of the most powerful Aeons, longed to create something on her own, independent of the One's divine order. However, her creation was flawed because it did not align with the perfect plan. What she brought into existence were the Archons, dark, potent beings who would go on to dominate the material world, including Earth. In Gnostic thought, Yaldabaoth, the leader of these Archons, rules our physical realm and may even be the god worshipped by many religions today. Unlike the Aeons, the Archons are seen as corrupt and manipulative, their sole purpose being to keep humanity in the dark about its true, divine nature. The Aeons and the Archons represent two opposing forces. The Aeons are embodiments of purity, light, and wisdom, while the Archons symbolize darkness, ignorance, and control. This isn't merely an ancient myth. It's a worldview where light, truth, and wisdom are constantly under threat by the forces of deception and manipulation. According to the Gnostics, the material world itself was crafted by the Archons not to help us, but to trap us, keeping us from realizing who we truly are. The struggle, then, is not just about gods and mystical beings, but about the human condition. The Gnostics believed we are caught in the middle of this cosmic battle, constantly torn between the light of knowledge and the dark forces trying to keep us trapped in ignorance. The Archons do not want us to awaken to the truth that we are beings of light, intrinsically connected to the divine. They employ fear, desire, and material distractions to prevent us from seeing our true selves. Everyone faces moments when life feels overwhelming, and the answers to our struggles seem just out of reach. In those times, deeper understanding and guidance can make all the difference. That is where the lost knowledge of Jesus, revealed in secrets, comes in. This hidden wisdom offers a pathway to clarity and peace, showing us how to break free from the Archon's control. If you're seeking guidance and hope, this ebook might be exactly what you need today. And the best part is, it's available as a free download from the first comment below. Gnosticism and the struggle between light and dark. Gnosticism is not the only system of thought to embrace the duality of light versus dark. This theme appears across many spiritual traditions. Christianity, for example, addresses this conflict through the figure of Satan and the eternal battle between good and evil. However, what is unique about the Gnostic perspective is that it portrays the God of the Old Testament as an Archon, an entity of darkness, whose primary goal is to keep humanity ignorant of the true higher God, a God of light. According to the Gnostics, these Archons created the world as we know it, a reality where we are obsessed with material wealth, power, and ego, all while remaining unaware of our divine nature. Only by awakening to this hidden truth can we escape their influence and return to the higher realm of light. For the Gnostics, knowledge is not merely about learning facts. It is a transformative process, one that reveals the mysteries of the universe and our own existence. This type of knowledge, often referred to as gnosis, is a deep spiritual understanding that allows us to see through the illusions of the material world. The Gnostics believe the world around us is a mere facade, created by the Archons to keep us in the dark about our divine potential. Everything, our lives, our thoughts, the systems we follow, was designed to distract us from the truth of who we really are. The Archons thrive on our confusion, keeping us focused on the fleeting desires of the material world, so that we never come to realize we are more than just physical beings. The key to breaking free from their control lies in awakening to the divine spark within us, a spark that reveals our true nature. The Gnostics saw life's purpose as a quest for self-discovery, not the pursuit of material gain or worldly power. It was about seeking wisdom and uncovering hidden truths. They believed the material world, governed by the Archons, was a prison, and the only escape was through gnosis, a journey toward spiritual enlightenment. Ancient texts like the Gospel of Mary Magdalene and the Tripartite Tractate outline the steps to attain gnosis. A critical aspect of this journey is overcoming the traps set by the Archons: ignorance, fear, and desire. These forces keep us tied to the physical world, preventing us from realizing our divine potential. But by recognizing and understanding these traps, we can begin to free ourselves from their influence. The Archons' tools of control. One of the Archons' most potent tools is ignorance. They thrive on keeping us unaware, making sure we never question the systems we live under. But the Gnostics didn't just warn about ignorance. They also highlighted desire as another trap. In the material world, we are constantly chasing things: wealth, fame, power, pleasure. Yet, according to Gnostic teachings, these desires are illusions. They keep us focused on temporary, superficial goals, rather than leading us toward eternal wisdom. This is the trap: distraction from our true divine purpose. The pursuit of knowledge is a personal, transformative journey. Gnosis is not something that can be handed to you. It must be discovered within. It involves looking beyond the distractions of the material world and reconnecting with the divine essence inside of us. By doing so, we break free from the Archon's control and return to the source of light and wisdom. The Gnostics believe the Archons have been influencing human society for centuries, remaining hidden in plain sight. They control the systems we live under: governments, religions, and even the media. These structures shape our beliefs, actions, and values, keeping us in line so we never begin to question the forces at work behind the scenes. Fear is a primary weapon in the Archon's arsenal. They use it to keep us afraid of failure, loss, and even death. This fear keeps us attached to the material world, constantly seeking safety and security in things like wealth and status. Yet, the Gnostics taught that the material world itself is an illusion. The Archons want to keep us trapped in fear, because as long as we remain afraid, we will never look beyond the illusion to seek the truth. This conspiracy of control is also deeply linked to ignorance. If the Archons can keep us ignorant of the true nature of the universe, we will never challenge their authority. This is why the Gnostics viewed many of the world's institutions with suspicion. To them, the systems in place were not designed to help humanity but to control it, keeping everyone distracted from the greater reality that lies just beneath the surface. Although the Gnostics did not have the technology we do today, their teachings about hidden control feel eerily relevant now. Some modern thinkers see the influence of Archons in the rise of social media, where algorithms and advertisements subtly shape our thoughts and behaviors. Others point to governments or corporations that seem more interested in keeping people divided and distracted, rather than empowering them with knowledge. Overcoming the Archons within. The Gnostics believed the Archons were not just external forces, they also represented the negative forces within us. The true challenge is not merely to fight an external enemy, but to overcome the internal struggles of fear, desire, and ignorance. These forces are obstacles that prevent us from realizing our divine potential. To defeat the Archons, we must first recognize their influence and then transform them within ourselves. This process involves spiritual growth, learning to transcend our fears, our desires, and our ignorance. The first step in overcoming these forces is awareness. Do you feel controlled by fear or desire? Do you find yourself chasing things that never truly bring satisfaction? These are signs that the Archons are at work. Acknowledging their influence is the first step in breaking free. Once we become aware of these forces, the next step is transformation. The Gnostics didn't believe in simply fighting against the Archons physically. They believed in spiritual transformation. By confronting our inner darkness, our fears, our desires, and our ignorance, we can reconnect with our divine nature and transcend the material world. The path to liberation is one of self-discovery and enlightenment. It's about unlocking the deeper truths of existence and realizing that we are divine beings of light, capable of far more than we've been led to believe. By walking this path, we not only awaken to the truth of who we are, but also find peace and freedom that no external force can take away. The story of the Archons is not just an ancient myth. It is a reminder of the hidden forces that may be influencing our lives today. But it also offers hope. It teaches us that through spiritual awakening and self-awareness, we can break free from their control and live in harmony with our true selves. Ultimately, the greatest weapon we have against the Archons is knowledge. The knowledge of our divine nature and the realization that we are more than just physical beings. We are beings of light, capable of transcending this world and returning to the higher realm of truth. The journey toward awakening is not easy. It requires introspection, courage, and the willingness to face uncomfortable truths. But in the end, it is the only path to true freedom. As the Gnostics believed, the material world is filled with distractions meant to keep us from realizing our true nature. But through Gnosis, we can break free from the illusions created by the Archons and reconnect with the divine light within us. So the question is, what will you choose? Will you continue to live under the influence of the Archons, chasing empty desires and living in ignorance? Or will you embark on the path of spiritual awakening, seeking the truth that lies beneath the surface of reality? The choice is yours. Remember, the Archons' greatest strength lies in our ignorance, but their control ends the moment we awaken to the light within.